Testing 1, 2, 3 from the broadcast desk. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3 from the broadcast desk. Second location. Test 1, 2.
Have a single qualifier set to go postward with Salzbrook Annie and David Dowling, Sourpuss Sarah, Kenny Murphy, and Sporty Spice Brett Clough. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing towards the rail. That's Salzbrook Annie to lead them out. Sporty Spice will go second, followed by Sourpuss Sarah as the trio rounds the first turn and arrive at the opening 8 with a 2-length lead. Salzbrook Annie. Sporty Spice goes second. The third one, Sourpuss Sarah on the backstretch for the first time. The quarter mile comes up next. Salzbrook Annie and David Dowling by 2 lengths at the quarter. Then it's Sporty Spice in second. Third one, Sourpuss Sarah. So the opening quarter's up in 30 and 2, midway round the top turn for time 1. They're chasing Salzbrook Annie at the 3/8 pole, now with a 3-length lead on Sporty Spice. Sourpuss Sarah comes out of the turn in third. They arrive at the midway point next, and that'll be Salzbrook Annie halfway home. Racing from second is Sporty Spice, and Sourpuss Sarah, she is the trailer in third. They were at the midway point in the lone qualifier in 1 minute and 3. Now they track round the turn, approaching on 5/8. Salzbrook Annie the leader there. Sporty Spice second. Sourpuss Sarah is the third one on the backstretch for the final time. And the 3/4 is the next stop for Salzbrook Annie by almost 3. Second is Sporty Spice, and Sourpuss Sarah continuing to trail. So we had positions unchanged right from the start. The 3/4 up in 1:30 and 4 with just an 1/8 of a mile to go. 3 lengths out in front, turning home is Salzbrook Annie. Sporty Spice is second, and the trailer who went off stride, Sourpuss Sarah. On the wire in the lone qualifier, Salzbrook Annie all the way for Dowling. Then it is Sporty Spice and Sourpuss Sarah. Time for the qualifying mile, 1:59.3. Results of the qualifier, Salzbrook Annie the winner, Sourpuss Sarah was third, Sporty Spice second. 30 and 2, 1 minute 3. 1:30 and 4, the mile 1:59 and 3.
Matthew McLean, contact the broadcast desk, please. Matthew McLean.
Stay calm. Post time.
Deep stretch now. Shut the camera up.
Broadcasting live from Prince Edward Island, this is Race Day.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway on a Thursday night, July the 17th. Getting ahead of myself here. Beautiful night, hot night out there this evening with 14 races on tap for you here tonight. I'm Rocky Skierman. Kurt Hughes will be with me on the broadcast desk tonight. Vance Cameron in the booth calling all the action. Let's have a look at the fourth race, the first PEI Colt Stakes for 2-year-old fillies in the Gold Division. Uptown tonight, and Miles Heffernan Sr. on the rail, always in full force 2 with Mike McGuigan, Salzbrook Desi 3 with Brody McPhee, Windermere Sky is 4 with Mark Campbell, Going for Blood rounds out the top 5 here with Kenny Arsenault in the bike. Going to be a great night for harness racing here tonight at Red Shores. We have some program and equipment changes for you. Let's go upstairs now to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Thank you, Rocky, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway for tonight's racing program. It's event number 12 of the meeting. Fast track conditions, 29 degrees Celsius. It's a scorcher here in Summerside. Track condition is rated by the officiating members from the Atlantic Province's Harness Racing Commission. Tonight, the senior judge, Mr. Derek Quinn. The associate judges are Mr. Dylan Elaine and Mr. Gary Devine. Now here are tonight's program and equipment changes. Not a lot to report on this Thursday night. The first one goes in the third race, a division of the PEI Colt Stakes in the third race. Number 6, Baker's Dozen, going from blind to blinkers. The next and the final change, you'll go to race number 5, the first Super High 5 of the program. In the fifth race, scratch number 7, Beach Jewels. She will not go. Race 5, scratch number 7, Beach Jewels. That wraps up the changes on tonight's 14-race presentation. Par Mitchell windows open and selling. First race post time 6 o'clock. You have 27 minutes to make your race 1 decisions.
Race Day Live continues from Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Welcome to our on-track and off-track customers. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is unceded Mi'kmaq territory. Abequid Mi'kmaq is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the indigenous Mi'kmaq people who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years, past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, if you are able, for the playing of our national anthem. to Race Day Live.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here on a Thursday night at Red Shores, Summerside. Rocky Skierman, Kurt Hughes on the desk tonight. The 7th race, PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old fillies in the gold division, Kurt, for $18,750. 6 starters made to play with Ryan DeRoche, Starship Sundancer and Adam Murner, Salzburg Rollo with Mark Campbell.
Salzburg Rollo going to be tough to beat in that division, Rocky. Woodmere Summer leaves from post 4 for Langell. Gia's Gem and Kenny Murphy leave from post 5, and We Dance Anyway coming off a big second in the Pinckney in Churro last time out for David Dowling has the outside post 6. It's a talented group in race 7. Should be a dandy race. Should be a dandy card tonight with Grassroots and Gold's PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old fillies. So buckle up for an enjoyable evening. We're about 13 minutes away from race number 1. We'll be back in just a few minutes with our top selections in the first.
And Red Shores has a night at the races in support of United Way of PEI. Red Shores Racetrack and Casino Charlottetown is offering an incredible prize draw. Enter for your chance to win. There's a table set up downstairs. They're selling tickets for a VIP trackside patio seating on Thursday, August the 14th of Old Home Week. Unlimited food / non-alcoholic drinks on the new trackside patio. Table for up to 6 guests. Must be 19 and over. 1 ticket is $5, 3 for $10, 5 tickets for $15, 10 for $25, or 20 tickets for $35. They're set up downstairs. Get your tickets. And just a note from the race office that the draw for Tuesday night for Summerside will take place tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Once again, horsemen, the draw for Tuesday night will take place tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking some extra precautions due to the warm weather for our equine athletes. We will be shortening our post parades on tonight's program so the horses spend less time on the track. The horses and drivers will be coming out of the paddock a little closer to post time, so if you plan to wager, you should consider wagering early and avoid being shut out. First division of the PEI Colt Stakes for 2-year-old filly pacers. Race 1 Post Parade. Shine Runner is won. Owned by Kingsley Walsh, Sam Walsh, Claire Murphy, and Frank Balcom. David Dowling training and driving. Mysterious Ways number 2, owned by John and Anna Grace Quinn of Charlottetown. Trained by Stephen Quinn. Jason Hughes driving. Redland Rain number 3, owned by Windermere Farms, Clive Balderson, R&B Stables, and Don McNeil Jr. Trained by Earl Watts, Mark Campbell. 4, Highly Toxic, owned by Denise and Paul Conway of Bonjour. Paul does the training, driven by Corey McPherson. 5 is Redland Precious, owned by Hal Smith of Pownell and Ian Smith of Stratford. Trained by Tom Weatherby, Brody McPhee drives. Magnificent Rose number 6, owned by Rebecca May Horton, Jesse Brewer, Blair McLaughlin, and Jeff Lilly. Trained by Joe Baxter, Kenny Murphy drives. 7 is Hurricane Fiona, owned by Tiffany Ball and Philip Gregory of Charlottetown. Tiffany does the training. Paul Langell drives. Down to your final call for wagering here on the first race. Welcome to Redshores Summerside and the start of the Isle Pick 5. Rocky Skirvin and Kurt Hughes have the top contenders coming up next.
Okay, race 1 starters on track. PEI Colt Stakes Grassroots Division 2-year-old fillies. We have the early double kicking off here. We have Exactors, Superfecta Tractor Wagering, and the guaranteed 20-cent Pick 5 kicks off here in race 1. We also have the Wild Horses Tag. Jackpot is $25. Rocky, you and I both like this 2-horse. The 2 is Mysterious Ways. John and Anna Grace Quinn of Charlottetown are the owners. Stephen Quinn, the trainer. I watched this one baby race back for Heffernan back in April, and she was a sharp-looking filly on that day and looked sharp through her first start so far in her young career.
Yeah, Mysterious Ways, the same name as a horse my friend Robbie Shaw and Wendell used to have with Brian Moore years ago. Mysterious Ways used to race in St. John. Don't know if you remember him or not. Anyway, 2-year-old bay filly by Blood Money for John and Anna Grace Quinn of Charlottetown. Stephen Quinn, the trainer. Jason Hughes in the bike. Nice race on July the 10th at Charlottetown. Left on the rail. Finished 4th by 5. Race timed 1:59.1 with a snappy last quarter of 28.1. Yes, sir. I see this filly going to the winner's circle tonight. Shout out to Milford Bernard. Mysterious Ways from post 2 tonight at even money.
Okay, we move over one spot to Redland Rain. Windermere Farms shares ownership with Clive Balderson, R&B Stables, New Brunswick, and Don McNeil Jr. of PEI Earl Watts Trains. Mark Campbell drives a really good debut start there with a nice closer, 29-4.
Yeah, it was back 8 at the half and 59.2, closed at 29.4. Jill Berry in the bike 2:01.2, finished 5th. First lifetime start. Second lifetime start tonight's got a great post position and a great driver in Mark Campbell. It's the 3, Redland Rain. Right now, good price, 9-1.
Okay, and there's the 1, Shine Runner, 2-year-old filly by Stonebridge Terror. Kingsley Walsh shares ownership with Donald Walsh, Claire Murphy, and Frank Balcom. David Dowling, the driver and trainer, just one qualifier under her belt.
Yeah, shout out to Sam Walsh, his filly in this race with Kingsley Walsh, Claire Murphy and Frank Balcom. David Dowling, the trainer and the driver. Charlottetown qualifier on July 7th, post 5, finished third, just beat 2 1/4, 2:03 and 2, 29 and 3 on the end of it. And you mentioned it last night, Kurt, when they come into these races off a qualifier like that, you don't really know what to expect. So I threw this horse in here for third. You threw her in for second. It's Shine Runner on the rail with David Dowling at 2-1.
PEI Colt Stakes, 2-year-old fillies, grassroots division, purse $9,375, and the field is lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go upstairs for the first time to track announcer Vance Cameron.
First of 7 divisions of the PEI Colt Stakes here in the opener. Shine Runner, Mysterious Ways, Redland Rain, Highly Toxic, Redland Precious, Magnificent Rose, and Hurricane Fiona, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing, leaving out Shine Runner alongside Mysterious Ways. Joining them, Redland Rain, and out there, Magnificent Rose. Then closer to the rail, that is Highly Toxic now fourth. Magnificent Rose goes fifth. Sixth, Redland Precious. Trailing, Hurricane Fiona on the backstretch and going to the quarter. The post-time favorite takes over. Mysterious Ways and the Blue Knight News clear on the lead at the quarter. Second is Shine Runner, racing from third. Redland Rain, fourth at the rail. Highly Toxic, fifth. Along the inside, Magnificent Rose. Then the sixth one, Redland Precious. Hurricane Fiona, seventh. 29 and 4. The opening quarter, they're in straight alignment coming off the paddock turn. En route to the opening half mile, led by Mysterious Ways. Shine Runner goes second. Then in third, Redland Rain. Fourth is Highly Toxic. Fifth, Magnificent Rose. Sixth is Redland Precious, trailing seventh. That's Hurricane Fiona. At the midway point, they were there in 101 flat. Around the turn they go. Next station, the 5-8. Mysterious Ways by almost 2 on Shine Runner. Back into third, Redland Rain. Fourth is Highly Toxic. No movement. Nobody has moved here. Then in fifth, on the backstretch, Magnificent Rose will make her move. Then sixth is Redland Precious, followed by the trailer, Hurricane Fiona. The 3/4 completed. Mysterious Ways in 1:31 and 2. Racing from second, Shine Runner, the only one with a shot, and she'll take her shot late. Down the stretch they come. Mysterious Ways there. Shine Runner on the outside second. Highly Toxic third. On the wire, Mysterious Ways and the Blue Knight News all the way. Second is Shine Runner. Rallying up third, that is Magnificent Rose. It's Mysterious Ways tonight in the PEI Colt Stakes. 2 minutes 4/5.
Okay, we're going to get a look at the Universum Media slow-mo for tonight's opener. PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old filly, grassroots division, Mysterious Ways. We liked her on top, and the Blue Knight Hughes put her on point and didn't look back, Rock?
Yeah, great shot here by Universal Media, too, with the slow-mo shot. Mysterious Ways, 29-4, 101, 131 and 2 3/4. Shine Runner took her shot in the stretch here. David had to gather her up a little bit. She looked like she was going to make maybe a speed break there, but he gathered her up, and she's going to settle for the deuce as Mysterious Ways gets a maiden record tonight of 2 minutes and 4/5. Shine Runner in there for second. Magnificent Rose rallied up for third, so it's 2-1-6 unofficially. In the opener, we'll see Mysterious Ways and Jason Hughes in the Woodmere Standardbreds winner circle next.
Mysterious Ways going to the first race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Filly 2 by Blood Money from the Estrellos Dam. Mistrellos, owned by John and Anna Grace Quinn of Charlottetown. Bred by Michael McDonald, trained by Stephen Quinn, and the Blue Knight Jason Hughes put her on top at every call. She'll pace to a maiden record on this night of 2 minutes and 4/5. Mysterious Ways in the PEI Colt Stakes with the winner's circle presentation.
This race replay is brought to you by All Star Cresting, specializing in embroidery, screen print, promotional products, and on-site cresting featuring the newest technology, and one of the largest embroidery and screen printing departments in Atlantic Canada. For all your clothing and merchandise needs, email sales@allstarcresting.ca. At All Star Cresting, we got you covered.
Here's the official results from the first race. Shine Runner was second, had broken equipment. Mysterious Ways the winner. Redland Rain sixth. Highly Toxic fourth. Redland Precious fifth. Magnificent Rose was third, also had broken equipment. Hurricane Fiona finished seventh, fractions 29 and 4. 101, 131 and 2. The mile in 2 minutes, 4/5. From the top, your program reached 216-4537. Mysterious Ways 270 to win. The Exactor 470, Triactor 2230, and the Superfecta 912.
Got the top drivers in the Basil Wayland standings here. We got Mark Campbell leading the way with 11 wins. Jill Barrio second with 6. Corey McPherson is third with 4 wins. Paul Angel has 3. David Dowling has 2, as does Brody McPhee, Kenny Murphy, and Adam Murner. They round out the Basil Wayland Memorial Trophy top drivers, Governor's Plate Week 2025 here at Red Shore, Summerside. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming second race. There's the Atlantic Post Calls paddock cam. Kurt Hughes, myself, and the backstretch beat, we're all at 415. Classifier Gerard Smith 451. So we all got the same numbers there in the upcoming second race. Field of 7 in 7 minutes.
Second race on parade, number 1, Captain Vesbit G, owned by Jackie Heffernan of Somerville, trained by Miles Heffernan Jr., Miles Sr. drives. Covalicious Rhymes, number 2, owned by Shirley O'Brien of Campbellton, trained by Devin Wallace, Mark Campbell. Princess Royale, number 3, owned by Aubrey Gamester from Breadalbin, Willie McKay trains and drives. Twisted Joke, number 4, owned by the Ultimate Stable at Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, trained by Sir Foy Melanson, Kenny Murphy. Elm Grove Tucks, number 5, owned, trained, and driven by Dana Sweet of Bloomfield Station. Bugtown Nash, number 6, owned by Adam Walsh of Charlottetown, trained by Brian Walsh, Robbie Chappell. She Shall Not Be Named is number 7, owned by Tyler and Daryl DeRoche, Ingham Jenkins, and Barry Strongman, trained by Tyler DeRoche, Paul Langell. Final call to wager now on race number 2, the 57th edition of the Governor's Plate, is this Saturday at Red Shores, Summerside. Thank you to Warren Ellis and title sponsors, Summerside, Chrysler Dodge.
The Governor's Plate is Summerside's race celebrating champions for over 50 years and making memories that last a lifetime.
Star Shieldster, Kenny Arsenault, capture the golden anniversary of the Governor's Plate.
But it's Buell Taranengo winning the Governor's Plate.
It is history. Two-time winner, Outlaw Positive Charge and Terry Gallant.
Be a part of something special this summer on Prince Edward Island. It all happens in July from Summerside PEI. The Governor's Plate, presented by Summerside Chrysler Dodge. Visit Redshores.ca for more details.
Okay, down to the track we go here for race 2. 5-year-old younger non-winners of 1 race's life, or non-winners at 2,400 a lifetime. We're matching strides in this one, Rocky. The 4, Twisted Joke, our top play, 4-year-old gelding by McWickett, owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, Sifroy Melanson, the trainer, Kenny Murphy in the seat. That was a really sharp effort in Churro in this one's latest.
Yes, I was working that night over there. Left from 3 on July the 11th. That was Friday night. Finished 3. Look at that mile, 157.3. Closed it out 28.3. You know what a win can do for a horse, eh? He won up here on July the 8th in 2:02. Gave him all the confidence to go to Truro and pull off that mile. He got post 4 tonight here at Summerside. Looks like he is the one to beat for sure. It's Twisted Joke with Kenny Murphy at 1-9.
Okay, and now we move into the inside. From the rail, Captain Vespa G, Jackie Heffernan of Somerville is the owner. Miles Heffernan, the driver tonight. That was a nice qualifier. Free-legged, 2:02 and 4, 29 flat. Final panel, back half, minute 4/5. 2-year-old gelding by Captain Crunch, but has the hobbles on tonight, Rock.
Yes, qualified on June 20th on the rail and was a winner by a length and a quarter. 2:02 and 4, 29 seconds flat. And as you mentioned, he had no hobbles on in his qualifier. First lifetime start puts them on tonight. Captain Vesta G with Miles Heffernan Sr., 8-1. Tonight's second race has a field of 7 lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Captain Vespa G, Covalicious Rhymes, Princess Royale, Twisted Joke, Elmgrove Tux, Bugtown Nash, She Shall Not Be Named. 7 of them. They're up on the gate. Tonight's second. Post time. The rough and pacing Bugtown Nash leaves out. Twisted Joke there towards the rail. Captain Vespa G right alongside now as they move round the turn. Princess Royale got away second. Twisted Joke's in third. Elmgrove Tux on the outside fourth. Covalicious Rhymes at the rail fifth. On the outside sixth is Bugtown Nash. Then the trailer, She Shall Not Be Named. Along the backstretch, led by the 2-year-old Captain Crunch Gelding, Captain Vespa G, and Miles Sr. by 2 at the quarter. Princess Royale got away second, then in third. That's Twisted Joke. Up fourth on the outside is Bugtown Nash. They went 30 and 3 to the quarter. Fifth is Elmgrove Tux. Then 6 is Covalicious Rhymes. And the trailer is She Shall Not Be Named. Off the turn they come towards the half mile, and off stride went Bugtown Nash. They approach the midway point, led by Captain Vespa G. On the outside, Princess Royale is second. Then third is Twisted Joke. Elmgrove Tux fourth. Covalicious Rhymes fifth. She Shall Not Be Named on the outside is sixth. Then the trailer, Bugtown Nash, the half mile in 101 flat. They arrive at 5/8. Captain Vespa G is the leader. Princess Royale up on the outside. Now got her head in front. Twisted Joke is on the outside third. Elmgrove Tux fourth. Covalicious Rhymes in fifth. She Shall Not Be Named sixth. And Bugtown Nash seventh. 3 wide to go by 3/4. Farthest one out, Twisted Joke. The 1-9 chalk takes over late for Kenny Murphy. 3/4 in 1, 31 and 3, and they're homeward bound. Twisted Joke opening it up late. Captain Vespa G is second. Princess Royale third. Elmgrove Tux fourth. On the wire, Twisted Joke in line to Kenny Murphy. Second, that's Captain Vespa G. Princess Royale held third. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes, 4/5.
Okay, we're going to get a look at the Universal Media slow-mo here for race 2. The 2-year-old gelding by Captain Crunch wanted to call the shots early in this one, Heffernan, but Murphy ran out of patience late in the mile and tipped that fella 3 wide, and did he ever scratch home?
Willie McKay wanted to move out the half, and he ducked back in. Then he moved out going to 3/4 after Captain Vespa was cutting at 30 and 3, 101. He got a neck in front, and then Kenny Murphy pulled the plug on Twisted Joke here, and he drives on to win. 2 minutes and 4/5. That's his second lifetime win in just 3 starts here in a row. 4th lifetime start for Twisted Joke. That's a new race win record tonight with Captain Vespa G in there for second. Princess Royale hung on for third, so it's 4-1-3 unofficially. In the second, we'll see Twisted Joke and Kenny Murphy in the winner's circle next.
Twisted Joke going to the second race winner's circle. Bay Pace and Gelding, the 4-year-old son of Mick Wicked, is off the Sunshine Beach Dam. Quack Me Up Blue Chip over the Ultimate Stable at Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick, bred by Winback Farm. Trained by Sifroy Melanson, Kenny Murphy will guide him to victory and a new record of 2 minutes and 4 fifths. Twisted Joke delivers in the second.
This race replay on Channel 2 on your in-house monitor is brought to you by Syntrack Print and Graphic Inc. Mention this ad and receive $20 off your first order of 500 or more full-color business cards. Syntrack, 59 Watts Avenue in the Business Park.
Here's the official results now in the second. Captain Vespa G was second. Covalicious Rhymes fifth. Princess Royale third. Twisted Joke, the race winner. Elm Grove Tux was fourth. Bugtown Nash seventh. She Shall Not Be Named was sixth. Fractions of 30 and 3, 101. 131 and 3. And the mile in 2 minutes, 4 fifths. From the top, your program reads 253 1476. Twisted Joke 220, the Exactor 580, Triactor 1410, Superfecta 325, Early Daily Double 360.
HPI PEI customers and players across the country who wager $25 or more per card will receive 5% cash back during Governor's Plate Week at Red Shore Summerside. For more information on these great offers and to sign up for free, go to hpibet.com. And Kurt, we got the selections coming into the screen here for the upcoming third race. Atlantic Post calls Paddock Kim.
Yeah, it's unanimous. We all like the 6 in here. Going to go with Baker's Dozen and Paul Langell, 5-2 on the morning line. Baker's Dozen, 2-year-old filly by Bet the Moon, coming in off that big race in Charlottetown, 59-4, 28-1 final panel. That was a really nice closing quarter for Baker's Dozen, so we all got her on top. I'm going with the 1 and 4 in for second and third. I like Cam Luck Lady, along with All Bets on Lee. Rocky, you're going with the 3 and 1. You like Electra Flying and Daryl McLean at a post 3, and that one had a nice qualifier and a good first start at a post 7, got away spotting them 11 lengths at the quarter, ended up finishing 8th. Race time though in 2:02 and 4. So good post here tonight. Getting some post reliefs. You like them for second. Then going to throw in Cam Luck Lady for third, and then backstretch beat 6-7-1. Classifier's choice 6-3-4 in the upcoming third race, PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old filly grassroots division.
Second division of the PEI Colt Stakes on the third race parade. Cam Luck Lady number 1 on Madonna McKay of Vernon Bridge, trained by Ashley Gamesier. Jason Hughes drives. Oliver Sweetie 2, owned and trained by Abby Clough of Cornwall. Brett Clough up. Electra Flying number 3, owned by Daryl and Gordon McLean and Stephen Downey. Daryl trains and drives. All Bets on Lee number 4, owned by Karina Coyne from Fatima, Quebec, trained by Trevor Hicken. Miles Avernon. Filthy Philly number 5, owned by Andrew Campbell of New Waterford, Nova Scotia, trained by George Renison. Mark Campbell drives. Baker's Dozen 6, owned by Michael Clary of Montague, trained by John Clary. Paul Langell. Mrs. Galantis 7, owned by Peter Garnett Gilby of Lents, Nova Scotia, and the BMD Memorial Stable of Crapo. Joe Baxter does the conditioning, driven by Kenny Murphy. Final call for wagering now on the third race. Rocky and Kurt are back with information on the HPI rewards for PEI customers.
Red Shores is proud to present HPI PEI players an exciting new offer for 2025. Red Shores is pleased to announce HPI Rewards PEI customers. You can now play Summerside and Charlottetown live racing and earn points and convert those points to cash or other exciting offers. Sign up and play the horses through HPIBet.com and the new HPI Rewards program for Prince Edward Island.
Okay, race 3 starters on track. PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old fillies grassroots division. Exactor, Superfecta Tractor, wagering wild horses tag. Jackpot is $25, and this is a good-looking daughter by Bet the Moon. Baker's Dozen at a post 6 for owner Michael Clary of Montague. John Clary, the trainer. Paul Langell in the seat. Langell was in the seat for that pretty impressive debut.
Yes, Charlottetown, July the 12th, left from 5 and finished 5, 159 and 4, 28 and 1 on the end of it. Second lifetime start for Baker's Dozen. PI Colt Stakes, 2-year-old fillies, grassroots for $9,375. Right now, 7-5.
Okay, Rocky, and for second on your ticket, you like Electra Flying, and this one's a 2-year-old daughter by Source of Pride, and the connections of this one, Daryl and Gordon McLean and Stephen Downey in New Brunswick. Daryl McLean, the trainer and driver, they had a pretty phenomenal one by Source of Pride just a few years ago. I remember mystifying what an incredible filly she was, and so they're going back to Source of Pride with this filly, and she had a nice qualifier there, 204 and 4 off a pretty soft half, and then last time out in her first lifetime start, tough post to overcome for a baby, especially. But you know, I was here for that qualifier, a very sloppy track, and she was a winner by 13.5, 204 and 4. That track was off probably 4 or 5 seconds that day as well. And in that first start, like you mentioned, from post 7, still paced a mile in 202 and 4. I think that's, you know, pretty good for this bunch. Like I think that she can be second in here. And she's leaving from post 3. Daryl McLean in the bike. Electra Flying, 7-2. Okay, now quickly into the 1, Cam Luck Lady, 2-year-old filly by Tobago Cays. Donnie McCrae of Vernon Bridge, the owner. Ashley Gamester, the trainer. Blue Knight Jason Hughes in the driver's seat. And we're getting our first look at this one, but a pretty good qualifier under her belt.
Absolutely, and out of a Cam Luck mare. I love the Cam Lucks. Cam Luck Lady qualified July 3rd at Charlottetown, left from 2, finished 5th, 203 and 3, 30 and 3 on the end of it. But like we mentioned earlier, this first lifetime start for some of these babies. You don't see their best in the qualifier. They're not going for money. They're going for money tonight, and it's good money on the rail. Cam Luck Lady with Jason Hughes, 5-1.
Race 3 starters lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It's post time. PI Colt Stakes, 2-year-old fillies, grassroots division. Up to Vance Cameron for the call.
Cam Luck Lady, Oliver Sweetie, Electrifying. All bets on Lee, Filthy Philly. Baker's Dozen and Mrs. Gallant. It's the second division of the PEI Colt Stakes. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing, Electrifying is the first one out. To her outside, all bets on Lee towards the rail, Cam Luck Lady. Then the fourth one into the turn is Oliver Sweetie. Up into 5th is Baker's Dozen, away 6, Filthy Philly, followed by the trailer, Mrs. Gallant, the quarter pole down, and all with pylon positions. Up front, Electrifying and Daryl McLean by 2.5. All bets on Lee got away second, back into third is Cam Luck Lady, then 4th, that's Oliver Sweetie. Baker's Dozen has 5th, then it's Filthy Philly 6, Mrs. Gallant 7, 29 and 4 opened it up, and the fillies are strung out as they round the paddock turn. On by the 3/8, Electrifying is the fraction center. Sticking with that leader is All Bets on Lee. Well off them third is Cam Luck Lady, back into 4th, Oliver Sweetie. Now moving into 5th is Baker's Dozen. That's Filthy Philly 6. And on the outside 7th is Mrs. Gallant, the trailer. They're halfway home in 59 and a 1/5. Over to the 5/8, Electrifying, the leader on All Bets on Lee. All alone racing third is Cam Luck Lady. Into the inside safety lane after a break when Oliver Sweetie. They're on the back stretch and they're arriving at 3/4 next, led by Electrifying. Second at the rail is All Bets on Lee. Cam Luck, Lady third. Baker's Dozen fourth on the outside. 3/4 up in 1:29 and 2. Down to an eighth to go. Electrifying trying to see it through. All Bets on Lee on the outside. Baker's Dozen is coming late. Is it too late? They're in deep. Stretch now. All Bets on Lee. And here's Miles Senior to win. Baker's Dozen rallies up the inside second. Electrifying will finish third. And the time for the mile, 1:59.3.
Okay, we're going to get a look at the Universal Media slow-mo for tonight's third race, PI Colt 6 2-year-old fillies grassroots division. The 3, Daryl McLean on front. Pocket sitting was the 4, All Bets on Lee. And that was the winning trip here tonight, Rocky.
Yeah, big winning trip here as well. Like second lifetime start for All Bets on Lee. Pockets up behind Electrifying, 29-4, 59-1, 129-2. And here is the shot by Universal Media. All Bets on Lee gets a maiden record tonight of 159-3. Baker's Dozen rallied up the inside for second with Electrifying third. It's 4-6-3 unofficially. In the third, we'll see All Bets on Lee and Miles Senior in the Woodmere Standardbridge Winner's Circle next.
All Bets on Lee on her way to the Woodmere Standardbridge Winner's Circle here in the third race. Bay pacing filly 2 by All Bets Off from the Western Ideal Dam. Oh Pretty Lee, owned by Karina Coyne from Fatima, Quebec. Bred by Tara Baird of Webster's Corner. Trained by Trevor Hicken, driven to victory by Miles Heffernan Sr. Pacing to a maiden record of 159-3. All Bets on Lee in the PEI Colt Stakes with the Winner's Circle presentation at Summerside.
The management and staff at Red Shores want your experience to be fun and entertaining. That is why we offer information on how our games work, tips to keep your gambling fun, and available community resources. For more information, please speak to one of our PlayWise advisors or stop by the PlayWise Information Center.
Now the official results from the third race. Camlock Lady was fourth. Oliver Sweetie seventh. Electrifying finished third. All Bets on Lee, the race winner. Filthy Philly finished fifth. Baker's Dozen was second. Mrs. Gallant finished sixth, had broken equipment. The fractions were 29 and 4, 59 and 1, 129 and 2, and the mile in 159 and 3. In review, it's 4-7-3, 1-5-2-6. All Bets on Lee paid $14.90 to win. The exactor $50.80, the triactor $84.40, and the superfecta $69.64.
In support of the United Way of PEI, Red Shores Racetrack and Casino at Charlottetown is offering an incredible prize draw. Enter for your chance to win. There's a table set up downstairs selling tickets, VIP trackside patio seating on Thursday, August the 14th. Unlimited food and non-alcoholic drinks on the new trackside patio. Table for up to 6 guests, must be 19 and over. $5 for 1 ticket, 3 tickets is $10, 5 tickets for $15. You can get 10 tickets for $25, 20 tickets cost you $35. The draw will take place on August the 8th at 12 o'clock. The winner will be contacted by phone or email. Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Summerside Raceway on Thursday night. Let's talk about HPI Bet. Get points on all Woodbine racing. Red Shores is proud to present HPI PEI players. An exciting new offer for 2025. When you wager on Woodbine Standardbred and Thoroughbred, customers can earn valuable HPI Bet points. Sign up for free at hpibet.com to take advantage of member offers and privileges today. Play the horses with HPI Bet and Red Shores. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming 4th race. There's the Atlantic Post calls. Paddock Cam. Kurt, take the selections away in this one.
Yeah, I was there the day this one won. Windermere Sky, owned by Windermere Farms, and Matt Burke, 2-year-old daughter by Somewhere Fancy. That was a really impressive effort. Left from post 4, same post as tonight. Got away in the 2-hole and just exploded out of the hole. Coming out of the last turn, and drove right on by for Campbell, getting the win in 57 and 4. Excellent debut victory. 28-1 final quarter for the 4. Windermere, Sky, and Campbell. We're going right next door to Going for Blood. 2-year-old daughter by Blood Money for a second. Peter Smith and Gerald Morrissey, they share ownership, and this one staged a late rally in her latest, finishing second. 59 flat, 28 and 1 final panel. Fitness First was the winner on that day. Kenny Arsenault was right beside Fitness First, and they were matching strides around the last turn on the outside, and down the stretch they battled right to the wire. There was a big effort from Going for Blood in her latest, so she'll be right there at the wire in this one. In the 3, we also like Salzbrook Desi. This one made a debut performance up here in Summerside back on June 17th and was a winner for Murner in 59 and 4. Closing quarter, 29 flat. Followed that up with a nice 4th in the Pinckney in Churro in 58 for Brody McPhee. Brody retains the mount, and Salzbrook Desi currently 8-5, getting some attention on the board. I like the price on the 5 Going for Blood right now at 9-1, and of course the chalk right now at 3-5. Windermere Sky going to be tough to beat that filly. So we're all matching strides 4, 5, 3. Backstretch beat as well. and the classifier's choice 4-3-5 in the upcoming 4th race.
Third division of the PEI Colt Stakes. This a gold division for $18,750 of prize money. Uptown Tonight 1, owned and trained by Miles Heffernan Jr. of Somerville. Miles Sr. drives. 2 is Always in Full Force, owned by Jamie Whalen of Vernon Bridge. Mike McGuigan is the trainer driver. Salisbrook Desi, number 3, owned by Greyland Farm of Stratford, and Joseph Gamba from Gulf Shore, Nova Scotia. Trained by Lenny Myers, Brody McPhee driving. Windermere Sky 4, owned by Windermere Farms of Springvale and Matt Burke of Stratford. Earl Watts does the conditioning, driven by Mark Campbell. Going for Blood, number 5, owned by Peter Smith of Stratford and Gerald Morsey of Charlottetown. Trained and driven by Kenny Arsenault. Final call for wagering here on the 4th. The Red Shores Super High 5 is in race 5 and 14 tonight with the industry low 15% takeout.
Okay, race 4 starters, PEI Colt Stakes, our first look at the gold variety of fillies. They're out on track. And our top play, Windermere Sky, 2-year-old daughter by Somewhere Fancy, owned by Windermere Farms and Matt Burke. Earl Watts, the trainer, and Mark Campbell, leading driver here in the Basil Whalen Trophy competition. He's got a live one in here, Rocky.
Yes, he does. The first lifetime start at Charlottetown, July 3rd, left from 4. Sat 2 throughout, was a winner by a length and a half. Very impressive, 157-4. Closing quarter, 28-1. She looks like the real deal here. This Windermere Sky. Mark Campbell aboard from post 4 right now at even money.
Okay, we'll move right next door to Going for Blood, 2-year-old filly by Blood Money. That, like I mentioned prior to post break, that was an impressive mile last time out in Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault, the driver and trainer, Peter Smith and Gerald Morrissey, they share ownership on this talented daughter by Blood Money. And as I mentioned, Rocky, I was there watching this race last time out, and he was going right with the winner. Fitness first in that one. They battled around the last turn and right to the wire, and she was impressive in that second place finish.
Absolutely she was. We're 6 1/4 back at the half and a minute 2/5 and closed it up 28-1 the closing quarter. Just compete, as you mentioned, 159 flat her mile. And in her first lifetime start as well, 159 flat, closing it up 28-2. You never know, she could get it all with the veteran Kenny Arsenault in the bike. Going for Blood from post 5, 6-1.
Okay, and for third on our ticket, Salzbrook Desi, 2-year-old filly by Somewhere Fancy. She was a winner in her debut in Summerside for Adam Murner. Brody McPhee in the seat last week in the Pinckney. Raced well for him on that day, and so he gets them out again. She's got a really good shot, 2-1 currently on Salzbrook Desi in the PEI Coal 6 2-year-old fillies Gold Division, lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Up to Vance Cameron for the race call.
Uptown tonight, always in full force. Salzbrook Desi, Windermere Sky, Going for Blood, Gold Division of the PEI Colt Stakes Division 3. Top of the stretch. With over $18,000 on the line. Fourth race, post time. Rough and pacing up the rail uptown tonight. Going with her on the outside is Windermere Sky. Third one as they make their way round the turn. Salzbrook Desi to get away fourth. That's always in full force. And the trailer is Going for Blood. So the quarter pole bound. And the longest shot on the board will lead them early. Uptown tonight and Miles Sr. Second, that is Windermere Sky back into third. Salzbrook Desi fourth is always in full force, followed by the trailer fifth. Going for Blood, they were at the front quarter, 28-4. Midway round the paddock turn for the first time and on the lead and drifting out here as they move off the turn, racing down the stretch. A whole lot of confusion in here as they move towards the half mile. And now on the outside, Windermere Sky is going to come out of it with the lead. Second along the rail, that's Salzbrook Desi. Then third, that belongs to Uptown tonight, always in full force. Fourth, and the trailer Going for Blood. 59 seconds flat was the half mile, and we are under an inquiry. At the 5/8 pole, Windermere Sky the leader on Salzbrook Desi. Third at the rail is Uptown tonight. Fourth on the outside, that's always in full force, and trailing the field, Going for Blood. They're at the 3/4, and that's Windermere Sky the leader on Salzbrook Desi. Up into third is always in full force. Going for Blood picks up fourth, and now the trailer. Uptown tonight, 128-2 at the 3/4, and now they're homeward bound. Windermere Sky the leader. Salzbrook Desi second. Going for blood on the outside third. Windermere Sky in the PEI Gold Stakes. An eventful trip with Mark Campbell. Second is Salzbrook Desi. Going for blood rallied in third. And the time for this mile in 1:57.2. We are under an inquiry here in the fourth race. Retain your tickets. Judges' inquiry. Judges' inquiry involves the conduct of race number 4 approaching the 3/8.
Okay, we'll get a look at the Universal Media slow-mo here for race 4. Uptown tonight on the front early. Rocky Miles Heffernan and this green filly in her first lifetime start. Looked like she was maybe trying to pull up there going to 3/8, and unfortunately that was right when Windermere Sky and Mark Campbell were making their move to the front. Had to go out 3 wide, got to the front, and then didn't look back after that.
No, a winner tonight, new record, 1:57.2. It's a nice close-up from Universum, the slow-mo here of Mark Campbell winning with Windermere Sky, and they're going to the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner's Circle next.
There's Windermere Sky going to the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner's Circle in the fourth race. Sky's a bay-facing filly 2 by Somewhere Fancy off the Mr. Big Dam Howmack Mixie. Owned by Windermere Farms of Springvale and Matt Burke of Stratford, bred by Windermere Farms, trained by Earl Watts. Mark Campbell drives her to victory and a new record of 1:57.2. She remains perfect in her early career, 2 for 2. Windermere Sky in the PEI Gold Stakes with the Winner's Circle presentation.
This race replay is brought to you by Symes Horse Transport. Based in Nova Scotia and with over 20 years of experience, Chucky Symes would welcome the opportunity to transport your horses when you need them moved. Operating 2 rigs, Symes Horse Transport offers safe, feasible, and timely trucking in Canada and the U.S. Symes Horse Transport is a commercially covered horse carrier. They also buy and sell horses. To book a stall and to get a quote, call or text 902-664-7086 or email st.symes@gmail.com. Good luck racing.
Now the results of the fourth race judges' inquiry. Racing officials deemed that number 1 Uptown tonight interfered with numbers 2 and 4. Both those horses finishing ahead of number 1. No placings required. Now the official results in the fourth. Uptown tonight 5th, always in full force 4th. Salzbrook Desi 2nd, Windermere Sky, the winner, going for blood third, 28-4, 59, 128-2, and the mile 157-2. In review, 54213. Windermere Sky 240, Exactor 470, Triactor 920, Superfecta $1.63.
Red Shores Racing has a full menu of wagering options for the 2025 racing season. Customers can play the Isle Pick 5 with the $2,000 guaranteed pool, 2 super high fives, and the new late Pick 4 with a $1,000 guaranteed pool. The Isle Pick 5, super high 5, and late Pick 4 feature an industry low 15% takeout. Coming up next is race 5, so our first super high 5 of the evening. Vance, Rocky, and I will be back with our selections after post-break.
Fourth division of the 2-year-old pacing fillies in the PEI Colt Stakes, Race 5 Parade. Terrorizer This is the one, owned by Jeff Valley, Thornton, Ontario, trained by Landon Campbell. Mark Campbell drives. 2 is Salisbury Curly, owned by Joe Baxter of Spring Valley. Joe does the training. Kenny Murphy drives. Exhilarating number 3, owned by Daryl and Gordon McLean and Stephen Downey, trained and driven by Daryl McLean. Can't Catch Pepper number 4, owned by Doug McPhee of New Haven, trained by Tommy Weatherby. Tonight, Jill's Burial. I'm a Country Girl number 5, owned by Douglas and David Neal, Keith Ford and Ben Matheson, trained by Keith Ford. The drive goes to Miles Heffernan. Covered in Purple number 6, owned by Kevin Harvey of Halifax and Rudge Racing of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Darren Crow now trains and drives. 7 Beach Jewels is scratch. Number 8 is Halmack Dixie, owned by Brendan Mullen, Cole McLaren, Vic Putty, and Heather Sheen, trained by Brendan Mullen, Jason Hughes above the wheels. Final call for wagering on race number 5. And gentlemen, you and I are coming up with our selections here in the grassroots division of the PEI Colt Stakes. We thank Results, Marketing and Advertising, and their presentation of the Vance Cam. I went to the 4 Can't Catch Pepper. This filly was eye-popping in her baby race at Charlottetown, then got a little anxious behind the gate in her first lifetime start and went off stride, but she has pedigree, and I mean pedigree to burn in here, gentlemen, and picks up the Maritime Magic Man. I've got 4 Can't Catch Pepper. Went to 3 Exhilarating, half a mile and 59 and 1 her last time around. Like the 2 Salisbury Carly for 3rd. The 5, I'm a Country Girl for 4th, and going out to 8, Halmack Dixie for a price horse, and she could be a lot closer if she behaves herself. 4-3-2-5-8 from the booth. Gentlemen, your choices.
I'm going with Daryl McLean. I like her, his filly on top, 2-year-old daughter by Shanghai Phil. Exhilarating from post 3 off that nice trip last time out in Charlottetown, finishing 3rd, cut it out on that day, 59 and 1 closing quarter, 29 and 2, and so I think they'll get back to the front, control things, and if they get a breather in the middle portion of the mile, I think she can go right down the road for the win. I'm going to throw in the 2 Salisbury Carly for 2nd, the 4 Can't Catch Pepper for 3rd, and the 5 I'm a Country Girl. I'm going to throw her in for 4th and round it out with Terrorizer This, 2-year-old daughter by Stonebridge. Terror on the rail for Campbell.
Yeah, I like the 3 as well, Exhilarating. You know, interesting note, Daryl McLean is one of, if not the only driver that I can think of that carries a stopwatch still. So he's going to have his fractions on his watch, and he'll know where he's going here. He could get a good breather in here, because I think she will be on the front. For 2nd, the 2, Salisbury Carly. For 3rd, go with the rail horse, Terrorizer This, and Mark Campbell. Then the 5, I'm a Country Girl, rounded it with the 8, Halmack Dixie. 3-2-1-5-8. Good luck with your super high 5.
And Rocky, not only is he one of the very few that still carry the stopwatch, he's also one of the very few who don't wear driving gloves. The only other one I've ever driven against, the only other driver I've ever driven against that doesn't wear, that I know of, that doesn't wear driving gloves, Doug High at Kawartha Downs. Doug High, he was an excellent horseman in Ontario, in around that area, and he always went bare hands, and he always took his helmet off in the winner's circle when he won a race. Yeah, he was quite the gentleman.
My father wore driving gloves some, but sometimes he didn't. I always had to have them on. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I did too. I just hated the feel of the reins on the bare hands. I liked the gloves. Slight choice now. The 4 Can't Catch Pepper. Millionaire, So Much More is Little Sister, getting the attention on the board at 3-2, 9-5 on my top play. Exhilarating as the 2-year-old fillies line up in behind the Metro Home Building Center. Starting gate is post time for the 5th. We'll go back upstairs for the call to Vance Cameron.
Terrorizer this, Salisbury Carly Exhilarating. Can't Catch Pepper, I'm a Country Girl, Covered in Purple. How Mac Dixie, 4th Division of the PEI Colt Stakes. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing, exhilarating, leaving out. Salisbury Carly is second. Third one at the rail. That's Terrorizer this. Dropping in to be 4th. I'm a Country Girl. Can't Catch Pepper. She's away 5th. Racing from 6. How Mac Dixie and the early trailer. Covered in Purple. Up the backstretch they go. And on the outside, Exhilarating for Darrell McLean will clear the lead. Salisbury Carly gives way second. Racing from 3rd. Terrorizer this. There goes Can't Catch Pepper. Barrio's got her on the move, and she's picking them off as they go by that opening quarter. Here comes Can't Catch Pepper on the outside to engage the leader. Exhilarating 29-3, and Can't Catch Pepper. She got fancy stepping there for a stride. Off the turn they come towards the half mile. Exhilarating giving the cold shoulder to Can't Catch Pepper. Racing from 3rd. In up the rail, Salisbury Carly. 4th, that is Terrorizer this. In 5th, I'm a Country Girl. How Mac Dixie to the outside 6. Trailing the field, Covered in Purple, 59-2 was the half. They're at the 5/8 pole. Can't Catch Pepper on the outside, puts her head in front. Second at the rail, that is Exhilarating. Then in 3rd, and she's watching that battle on the front end. Salisbury Carly racing from 4th. Terrorizer this. I'm a Country Girl 5th. How Mac Dixie 6th. Covered in Purple 7th. 3/4 in the books. Exhilarating in 1:29-2. Can't Catch Pepper laying on the outside here, and she won't go away. 3rd up the rail, Salisbury Carly. Terrorizer this going wide 4th. Down the stretch they come. Exhilarating almost home. Salisbury Carly up the inside on the wire. Exhilarating for Darrell McLean. Second, that's Salisbury Carly. Terrorizer this will be 3rd. And the time for the mile in 1:59.4.
Okay, we're getting a look at the Universal Media slow-mo for race 5. PEI Colt Stakes 2-year-old fillies, grassroots, ice cold for you here, Rock.
Yeah, Exhilarating goes to the front, 29-3, 59-2, 129-2. Had a challenger. Can't Catch Pepper late on the outside there. Put in a couple of steps, so Darrell didn't release that one to the front, kept her out there, and goes all the way, 159-4. Nice maiden record for this 2-year-old filly by Shanghai Phil. Nice effort from the 2 as well. Salisbury Carly and Kenny Murphy in there for 2nd. Terrorizer this 3rd. It's 3-2-1 ice cold. Here in the 5th, we're going to see Exhilarating and Darrell McLean in the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner Circle next.